Well, good evening again. I get the opportunity this evening to speak about a dear friend who's one of the honorees tonight. I'm just so pleased that my friend Amy Niederlander will be presented the Social Service Award. You know, a number of years ago, Amy and I were talking, and she laid out this vision to me of getting young people involved and empowering them in Detroit in terms of leadership and engaging them to want to stay in Detroit and want to be leaders in Detroit. And we started talking, and she laid out this idea of a new organization that would help young people in Detroit empower themselves as well as the community. And she was very focused on the next generation of Detroit leaders, and she kept talking about the incredible talent in Detroit. It was really a wonderful conversation, and I thought to myself, what a great idea. And I told her that she should go for it, and I'd be happy to do anything that I could to be supportive. I knew Amy had the talent and the knowledge, and most importantly, the passion to succeed in this effort. Amy grew up in Metro Detroit, graduated from the University of Michigan, which is home of the National College Football Champions, I would just add. Not to be confused with the Lions, who are next up, go Lions. But Amy has been someone who has been back and forth between Detroit and New York for years, coming home every year for the Detroit homecoming. Somebody in business, she's in theater, but most importantly, she loves Detroit. So Amy began reaching out to political leaders and business leaders and Wayne State University and schools and people in the community to talk about this idea and to engage people, to be willing to be involved in supporting young people. And she most importantly reached out to young people to listen and to engage them directly about their interests and their ideas, their hopes, their dreams, because this whole organization is run by the leaders themselves, the young people themselves. So now 6 years later, fast forward, Life Leaders has become a really huge success. From hosting the annual Detroit Youth Summit to helping young people build interpersonal and professional skills, to connecting young Detroiters with their city's history, to providing meetings with leaders and field trips and workshops and community engagement, and now launching the Detroit Youth Regional Chamber, and soon expanding services beyond to Oakland and Macomb and beyond. Life is helping our young people build a brighter future for themselves in our communities and our state. We are all going to be better for this organization, supporting the power of engagement and leadership with our young people. It's been my honor to support this effort since the beginning, and I also want to say my Detroit Regional Manager, Terry Campbell, loves every year taking the Life Leaders on an annual tour of the city to see all that's happening in the neighborhoods as well as downtown. There's a lot happening in Detroit, and young people want to know, want to be engaged, and want to put their own handprint and footprint on it of how to make things better. So, please, welcome one of our recipients of this year's Social Service Award, a person making a real difference in Detroit, my friend, Amy Niederlander.
Excuse me for a second, I had to put my phone away. All right. Wow. Hi. It's incredible to be here. I'm just trying to look out because I like to see people when I'm speaking with them, so I can kind of see you. I'd like to start by saying it's a dream fulfilled to be here today. It's really an honor. Imagine a little girl sitting with her mom, watching television, seeing the National Guard in Detroit during what was then called the '67 riots, and has properly been reframed as the '67 uprising. This little girl used to dream, if us kids could just get in a room together with a ping pong table, we could figure out together how to bypass the chaos and build our lives to be the way that they should be. This little girl and her family knew that everyone is the same and deserves peacefulness and opportunity. And that little girl is me. This is also unexpected, so excuse me. So, like, who am I and why am I up here? When they reached out to me, I was like, whoa. And I think part of it's because I had a dream where young people, who we refer to as emerging adults, had a seat at the table in decisions made now for their future, that they were involved in building their future. And it's been brought to life here in Detroit through our program, Life Leaders. As Martin Luther King said, quote, "You must never stop dreaming, face reality, yes, but don't stop with the way things are. Dream of things as they ought to be," end quote. And I'm gonna take a look at you again because it's you that are making this all happen. It's you who are welcoming the youth to have a seat at the table. And it's really a privilege to be here. And today, being here to honor Dr. Martin Luther King, my partner said to me, it's fate. And that I get to talk about dreams and pursuing them and achieving them. You see, I, with my co-founder, Michaela Murphy, who's here, developed Life Leaders, where we firmly believe you need to know where you are in order to understand the opportunities in front of you. So, as Senator Stabenow shared with you, we show our emerging adults where they are and the opportunities in front of them with field trips and tours of Detroit, so that they can see the economic and community development is real throughout the city and not just downtown. We also believe it takes a village. Collaboration is key. Be a leader within your team and together win fast, because then together you can go out and win again. Our youth meet Detroit leaders and build ongoing relationships, working together to build Detroit. And it's not just about getting a job, having a career. It's about self-discovery, and it's about the holistic approach to who you are, and having that support, and having those honest conversations. We're all human, and we all have fears, we all have failures, we all have tremendous no's in our lives that we need to cut, and confusion. And so our partners include, a part of our partners include, mental health and wellness, in addition to education and workforce development. And we're really proud that over 90% of our youth attend college. And if you look in the dictionary, college is defined as continued education. It's not just continuing to go to an academic environment. It's skilled workforce training. And I'm grateful for that definition because it's true. And I'm grateful that that's what the Detroit Promise provides scholarships for. This is just another sign of Detroit's leadership in the nation for how to really work together. And these students, these youth, these emerging adults, they stay with us because we're trying to get them to go where they want to be, and then they come back. And they come back to mentor, to volunteer, to work for us. I'd like to take a moment to congratulate all of the other honorees. Thank you for being you and for your impact building bridges and opportunities, because we can't stop and we all need to do it together. John Graves, thank you for this beautiful and important event and including me this way. And I have to give a shout out to Elfrida Weathers. You rock, you're an amazing producer. I also want to give a shout out to a few other people. My co-founder, Michaela, who's sitting like basically right here, so that's why I'm looking over there. Michaela, I wouldn't be who I am without you. I am so grateful for you. I tell you this all the time. Also our board members, our advisory team, supporters, and our fabulous director, executive director, Maria Franklin. This organization I started, yes, I commute from New York City. The intent from day one was that this is a Detroit-based and run organization, and under Maria's stewardship, it is officially that. I am a board member, I am remaining very involved, but she's leading it. Mayor Duggan, I want to thank you too. Thank you for recognizing the importance and value of young adults and youth in the city, for being present as an advisor and including their voice in what you do so they can be a part of building the future of Detroit. And most importantly, my life partner, Alan Spalter, and my children, Tyler and Olivia, for their unwavering support. Reverend Jesse Jackson said, quote, "You must never stop dreaming. Face reality, yes, but don't stop with the way things are. Dream of things as they ought to be." Life Leaders is a community. People with us since our pilot program in 2016. People stay with us through adulthood, after college, supporting our work. Our jobs for all of us is to allow these beautiful youth, emerging adults, to know and to believe they have what it takes to be a person, to be the person that they want to be. Talk with them, listen to them, give them a seat at the table to make decisions. Build our future together. Open on-ramps to opportunities. It's up to all of us to do this together. And I say, here's to let freedom ring for all of us. And thank you again.
Beautiful.